You are capable of winning races, but you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Good Wednesday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network, the Dirt Racing Network, and live coverage for the Midwest Truck Series. Tonight, from the short track that thinks it's a speedway, Richmond International Raceway. Our show brought to us tonight by the fine folks over at Beardsconsin. And they want me to remind everybody, play the games, folks, play the games. Get your winner pick and or your trifecta pick in. If you pick a trifecta, I'm going to take the driver you list first and put you in as the winner pick. It's been a long season. We've only had, I think, 3 people win this season. Jay Bolts once, Bill Vinny won, and I believe me, and that was it. We haven't had a lot this season. We need some winners in these last few races here. These guys are going to be off after tonight for the next 2 weeks. They won't be back until, I believe it's the 7th of January. So, be off for a little bit. But make sure you get your picks in. Get them in the chat. I don't care if you're on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook. Get your picks in. Pick a trifecta, and I'll take the first pick and put it in as your winner pick. If you don't hit the trifecta, you may hit just the winner. Small prize, not the big prize. We have not had the trifecta get hit yet. We have this show tonight, and then we will be back on Monday night for the season finale for Dirt Slingers Racing League's Monday Night Thunder. Their Sprint Car Series, wrapping things up with the 360 Sprint Cars at Charlotte. Champion will be crowned that night. And then we'll be, I think we're off until the first of the year, right after the first of the year. We may find some fun stuff to do. Go watch some hosted racing or peek in on another league or you never know. We might do something crazy. But I do know if we don't talk to everybody beforehand, Merry Christmas to everybody. And if we don't see you before the New Year, safe and happy New Year. For the Christmas thing, I'm not a huge Christmas fan, I have to admit, because I think it's gotten so commercialized that a lot of people have forgotten the reason for the season. So please, keep the reason for the season in your heart. We're watching our points leader, Mr. Brandon Mackey. Be one of the 4 drivers that's got to go to the back tonight. Mackey, McAvoy, Vinny, and Watson. And I tell you, I do not see Brian McAvoy in here. So we may only see 3 trucks go. Picks, folks. Get your trifectas in so we can pick your trifectas and your winners. You got under 5 minutes and then qualifying, but once that pace car rolls to pace this field to the green flag, that will be it. We will not take any more picks. So get them in the chat. Father time. 43 of Reed Rundle. A lot going on, and I know after the first of the year, business is going to pick back up. You're going to see, during the week, you're going to see at least 3 nights. One way or another, we're going to do 3 nights. Whoa there. Old man might have to go get the walker back out. Slow himself down a little bit. Driver that's P2 in points right there. 64 machine. The old lumber dude limousine himself, Adam Vinny. There's the guy that's 4th in the points in the 31. That is Jacob Watson. So we'll see Mackey, Vinny, Watson all at the back vying for. Got to wait for our Dash for Cash drivers. Whoever qualifies 4th, 12th, 20th, 21st, and 23rd will be in for the Dash for Cash money. I see a few viewers around. Got to say hi in the chat, folks. We have no problem conversing back and forth. In fact, we have a lot of fun with it. If you're new, be sure that if you're on Facebook, like, share, and follow. And if you're on YouTube, Twitch, or Trovo, that you hit the subscribe button so that you'll know each and every time we go live. And there's your defending series champion, struggling this year. This track can be a handful, or it can just be a nice, easy, smooth drive for a driver. It all depends on their style. This is a racetrack you cannot attack. You have to wait for it to give itself over to you. You got to be patient with it. Otherwise, you're going to loop it around coming out of the corners. Doesn't matter which corner it is, 2 or 4. It tries to race fast. It'll race wide, but it is, in all essence, a shorter track, and it races as much like a short track as it does a speedway. Who's got snow right now, and who's expecting a white Christmas? We are not. We were, and then we're not. Welcome to Middle America. I don't think the weathermen know jack squat. Two weeks ago, there's a possibility you're going to have a white Christmas. The last 4 days, it's been, it's going to be 70 stinking degrees outside on Christmas Day, which is cool. You can go outside and play with some toys and stuff, but I don't know. I'd like a white Christmas once in a while. Just a few seconds left in practice. I have not seen a single trifecta pick or winner pick. Fine folks at Beardsconsin Small Batch Beard Oils giving away hats, T-shirts, and different things. If you can, every time we put a camera on somebody, they wreck it. But they're giving away some hats, some T-shirts, some different things. All you got to do is pick it right. So get your trifecta in. That'll be for the bigger prizes. If you do that, we'll take your first pick and put them in as your winner pick tonight. So car numbers, drivers' names, I don't care. Let's do some picking. Practice over. That means it's going to be time for qualifying. Once qualifying session ends, all it's left to do is put the boys out here, do the invert, drop a green flag, see this thing to the end. Mackey, Jay Bolts is going Mackey for the win. Are you only picking a winner, Mr. Bolts, or are you going to pick us a trifecta? There goes 16 of Alex Thompson. We've got some Christmas trucks out here, and I want to showcase these because I'm digging all the Christmas paint schemes that these guys are running. Where's that old 51 truck at? Because he's got some on there too. There's old Jonathan Scott. He got him some too. Tyler Chazon, 22:02 for his qualifying effort on at least lap 1 there. Jacob Watson second quick. Here comes Chazon for his second. Well, let's see if he's quicker or slower. And he went 22:04 on his second lap, so he backed it right up. Brock Bigelow, second quick now. He's off the track. Jonathan Scott still out to Reed Rundle. Making laps. Corbin Evans, 21.96, bumps Chazon off the pole. Reed Rundle on his first lap up to the 6th spot at 22:02. Bigelow is 4th still. We got a lot of drivers out here still. We're going to flick over and watch the 69 truck here momentarily. It's still Blevins. Can Arundel move up the ladder? No. Slow down a tick on lap number 2. Okay, I got you. Got a winner pick. Mike Forstner, lap 1, 15th quick. That is a 22:33 for Mike. Adam Vinny just rolled out. He's about to start his first time lap, so we're going to flick over and watch the 64 here momentarily. Forstner, second time by, moves up to 9th quick. And that is 22:15. And Adam Vinny doing his Sunday cruise qualifying. So Adam Vinny, 20th quick. I don't even know if I can calculate that. I think I'm going to break out a calendar. Yeah, that's a 26 something, 25 something, mid 25. Hello, Jennifer. Don't forget to get your picks in. Guys, you're running out of time. Trifecta. Pick the trifecta. I'll take the first driver you chose as your winner. Or you can just play the winner's game. Give me who you think's going to win the race tonight. Get them Beardsconsin prizes. We are getting down to it. 30 seconds. And then they're going to put that pace car out there. They're going to start lining up behind it. And as soon as that pace car starts to roll, we're done picking. Okay. So with all that, now we can start getting ready. 100 laps out here. We'll run through our starting grid. It is the 24 of Corey Blevins, and he will stay there on the pole. Tyler Shea's on the 44 on his outside. Reed Rundle in the 43, row 2 to the inside next to the 27 of Brock Bigelow. Austin Damore in the 7. Jacob Watson in the 31. Watson will move to the back, but he's scheduled to start 6th. Jonathan Scott, the 51. Harley Barletta in the 81. He will start in the 4th row, or they will start in the 4th row. Mike Forstner, the 69. Garrett Boyd, the 21. They make up row 5. Our 6th row is the 25 of Captain Spaulding, Kevin Spaulding, and Noah Abbott in the 32. Coy Callis in the 2, Michael Everett in the 8. They are row number 7. Your 8th row is Kyle Gomez, the 55. Alex Thompson in the 16. And then one of my favorite paint schemes all the time, the 77 of Dylan Herman. Inside of row number 9, next to Frank Chavez in the 23. Jacob Mashburn, the double deuces. He is row 10 inside, and Russell Harold will be on his outside. Harold in the 19. And then the final 2 starters scheduled to be back there. They'll have some guys join them. They'll have Jacob Watson join them. It's a 64 of Adam Vinny and the 99 of Brandon Mackey. And Blevins, Bigelow, and Vinny. All right. For Jennifer. And she gets the 24. All right, drivers already rolling out. That means the picks are over. We're going to have 3 players tonight. All right. You know, I couldn't discount the 81 truck being up front at the start. I think he's going to be close to it at the end. I got him picked to finish 3rd tonight behind Reed Rundle and Corey Blevins. Mackey and Vinny have a lot of traffic in front of them, and I think it's going to be difficult for them to make their way up here. All right, pace truck, or pace car, excuse me, getting out of the way here in turn 4, and we're about to go green for 100 circuits. Richmond International Raceway presented by Beardsconsin, small batch beard oils and balms, and the green flag in the air on the Midwest Truck Series. Through the gears the first time, Blevins. Pretty smooth through the gears. He'll get to the point. Shea Zonda, second side by side for 3rd between Arundel and Bigelow up the backstretch on lap number 1. Chanelli, I'll give you that. Just because they barely started. Side by side still for the 3rd spot coming to the end of lap 2. DeMoore is trapped behind these guys. He wants some clear racetrack. He wants to get out there and try to go chase those 2 leaders down. I know he does. Right now, Brock Bigelow off the high side with a little bit more momentum has cleared Rundle. Rundle almost squeezed his teammate Austin DeMoore into the fence, and we're going to have caution because Russell Harold is going to give us a moment here. Oh, he had some help. Yes, he did. Oh, and he had some more help, and that's not good news. 22 of Mashburn, 19 come together right front to left front after a little bit of contact between the 19 and the 99. Glad to have so many people in the broadcast, guys. Make sure that you keep the chat lively for us. It makes the night go a little faster. Makes it go a little more jovial. All right, Blevins, Chazon, Bigelow, Rundle, DeMoore, Barletta, Boyd, Forstner, Spalding, and Scott are currently the top 10. And Jonathan Scott just rolled that truck onto pit road. A little early for that, but he's got it in there, so Noah Abbott will now claim that 10th spot as we pace around here. Russell Harold is in, getting some damage looked at. I don't see damage on the 51 truck. I do on the left front of that 19 truck, and I wanted to go find Mashburn. Yeah, his right front is pretty messed up. May have knocked the toe out. So we're getting doubled up already. We're about to go back to green flag racing. Completed 5 laps. We'll restart on lap number 6. There goes the 99 to the back for the tap out rule. Lights back on the speedway. We are not going green just yet. we'll swing it around one more time. Now across the stripe, looks like the lights should go off, and they do. So we'll get our restart on lap 7 instead of lap 6. All right, long ways to go. Still about 93 laps. There goes the pace car. All silent and stealthy with the electric pace car.
Green flag, green flag.
The green flag back in the zone. Blevins with another good start. We'll see if Bigelow can dispatch Chazon quickly here. It looks like he will. Looks like DeMoore is going to get past both Rundle and Chazon. And Garrett Boyd is going to make a challenge to take that 5th spot away from Reed Rundle at this point. We'll see how long that goes. Now he's alongside Tyler in the 44. Little wiggle out of that 44 truck. That'll probably be enough to keep the 21 side by side with him. Boyd on the bottom, little free on that exit. Trying to clear the 44, and he just got a little fancy with the throttle and got out of shape. Now he'll clear coming out of turn number 2, at least by half a truck. And Reed Rundle wants one of them to clear the other so that he can pick that line maybe and use the open door policy and get by as well. Let's go a little deeper. Right behind all of this, Mike Forstner, Noah Abbott are side by side right in front of Adam Vinny. Vinny was about 20th when we started. He's already up to 11th trying to knock on the door of the top 10. And caution for the second time. Oh, man. 23 of Frank Chavez. This is just going to probably be same exact, yep, that happened in the first one. 77 of Herman got in the left rear. We'd call that a punt. So we'll slow things down once again. As we'll be completing lap 12 here. Different entry lines, different braking points. These guys have to be aware of that at all times. It'll jump out and bite you real quick. Guy in front of you brakes a little earlier than you do. Rolls a different line getting into the corner and cuts down across the nose where you were a little shallower. You had less distance to cover. There's a lot of things. In these short track type races, you're going to see that. We're not going to turn this into a Martinsville, though. Blevins, Bigelow, DeMoore, Boyd, Chazon are your top 5. Rundle, Barletta, Spalding, Forstner, and Abbott. Top 10. Vinny, Gomez, Everett, Watson, Thompson, Mackey, Herman, Callis through 18th, and then Scott Chavez, Harold, and Mashburn are all on pit road. I think Jacob Mashburn might be finished. There was enough damage on the right front of that 22 truck that Christmas, he was on the naughty list, and Christmas didn't come. So he had to take that Merry Christmas truck, and they got it back in the garage trying to fix the front end on it. I think Frank Chavez has a bunch of damage all the way down that truck. He hit the wall hard, very hard. Russell Harold is back on track, so is Jonathan Scott. They may have just pitted to get out of all that traffic so they could try to start at the back. Maybe get one to go right here. We do. Lights go off on the pace car. So it'll be Blevins and Bigelow on the front row. Then DeMoore and Boyd. Chason and Rundle. Barletta, Spalding, and then Forstner and Abbott. I thought maybe Noah Abbott slipped into the pits and I didn't see it. All right, pace car is out of the way once again. Into the zone we go. Green flag coming out. Blevins is really good at getting a start. He always has been. Ever since we started covering this series, he's very good on the restarts. Now it's DeMoore side by side with Bigelow. And Austin DeMoore is always a hard charger. He is a looking out the front window. He don't care what's going on behind him. He's just going to go as hard as he can kind of driver. But he's up against one of the good ones. And that time a little wide on the entry for the 27. A little slow for the 7 through the center. Boyd got Bigelow. When Bigelow got wide, DeMoore got in there and got up the hill a little bit and opened the door. And now Garrett Boyd is looking to get up to second. Big wiggle for the 21. Wow. A lot of driving out of the 21 up that front stretch. Try to keep that truck underneath him. He gives the spot back. So DeMoore to second. Boyd is third, side by side behind. We've seen this story. 27 and the 43, Bigelow and Rundle. We saw this a little while ago. Beginning of this race. They were side by side. Bigelow ended up off the high side getting all the momentum, and he was able to clear Rundle. This time, he gets enough of a run to get back alongside. He needs a great run off of 4 and all the way around this big curved front stretch. Let's go take a look. Just a little bit behind that, Harley Barletta side by side with Kevin Spalding. This is a battle for 7th and 8th. And right behind them, well, Noah Abbott, then Adam Vinny. Cracking in the top 10. He gets around his teammate in the 69, Mike Forstner. Put himself in that top 10. We'll go check on Brandon Mackey here pretty quick. He's 15th, and he just hasn't carved his way through this field. Still side by side at 7 and 8. There's a slow truck on the bottom. That's Frank Chavez. I think he's coming out of the pits to assess to see if that truck is going to be good to get in the race. Now Adam Vinny was side by side with Noah Abbott. And Abbott is going to hang on to the spot. That middle groove pretty good, especially through 3 and 4. Hello, Jeff. I see you. I see you there. Thanks for tuning in on Twitch. Adam Vinny trying to complete the pass on Noah Abbott. He'll get it done. Hello, Mr. Lawrence. I had a talk with Mr. Barletta earlier, and I think he's going to reach out to you. So you might look for that. And now Vinny right alongside Spalding. This probably will not be much of a battle. Kevin Spalding will give that spot up pretty quickly. He's going to save some tires. He'll slide in between Abbott and Vinny. Go back towards the front because DeMoore cleared and got away from Boyd for a moment. He's over a second behind Blevins, but Garrett Boyd has started to creep back in. There comes Jacob Mashburn, the 22. So it looks like everybody but Chavez will be back on track. But Boyd is creeping up here and trying to get back to the 7 of DeMoore. Bigelow's still 4th and Rundle is still 5th. Chaison, Barletta, Vinny 8th, then Abbott and Spalding in 10th. Jacob Watson is up to 11th, and he's making a move to get in the top 10. So one of our invert drivers. And Brandon Mackey is right behind this battle, side by side with Mike Forstner. High side driving, and he's going to clear the 69 truck. So back up here, 8th place, 7th place, Barletta, Vinny. Blevins is still out in front by over a second. DeMoore and Boyd are very close together, but it's really not a battle yet because Boyd is about 0.3 of a second behind. Not quite. It's about a quarter second. We're going to go back here and see if Harley Barletta Adam Vinny starts to heat up at all. Vinny hard into the fence out of 2. You know, I forgot to ask him about those, if he saw them and if he did, if he liked them. But you can probably show them to him when he reaches out to you. I sent him all your stuff so he could come find you. It looks like Barletta is going to be able to keep a pretty good gap, about 2.5, 3 truck lengths between he and Vinny for now. So we're going to move back up here because Reed Rundle is right on the bumper of the 27 of Brock Bigelow. That gap opened up a little bit. When I saw them before I switched the camera, it was pretty close. And now Boyd's going to make a move on DeMoore. Got to the inside, down into 1 and 2. Can he clear him coming off the corner? Not quite yet. Probably in 3 and 4 is where he'll complete this pass. And now he can slide up if he'd like to, but he doesn't just yet. Just allowing Bigelow to close in a little bit on DeMoore. Now Boyd up to second. DeMoore third. Bigelow and Rundle 4-5, and they're close together. Chazon is still 6th, and now Adam Vinny and Harley Barletta are side by side for 7th. They're closing in on that 44 truck in front of them while they race each other. We know Barletta is kind of a saver, and he will probably let somebody go. He's not going to just roll over and stop for him, but he'll let him go, and then he'll save enough skin on those tires. He'll probably go right back at him. Battle up front because Bigelow after DeMoore. I saw that out of the corner of my eye that the 27 got to the inside of the 7 right there, getting into 1 and 2, and he'll clear him getting into 3, it looks like. Maybe coming out of 4 because DeMoore drove that in deep into 3 and had to really check the truck up. We are 36 laps into this thing. And DeMoore's truck looks like maybe the right front is a little hot on that truck. He's having a little trouble with a tight condition. That looks like Frank Chavez trying to get back into the fight. Rolling off pit road right there. Go back to the front. 1.6 seconds. Corey Blevins. Gandhi. Garrett Boyd second. Boyd has 0.6 of a second on Bigelow. Bigelow's about 6-7 ahead of Rundle. And then DeMoore is starting to fade. He's only about 3 to 4 tenths back in that 5th spot. We're going to go back here because the 44 truck is trying to become company for the 7, but he's got a string behind him. He's got Vinny, Barletta, Abbott, and Watson. The rest of the top 10, 5-6 trucks here really tight together. Chazon pulls hard inside. Vinny goes by. Barletta's trying to do the same. They had to navigate turns 3 and 4. And Austin DeMoore got out of the way of the 64, so Vinny's up in the top 5 now. Chison is not giving any quarter to the 81 at all. The gap is closing from first to second. 1.6 a little bit ago. It's down to 1.2. So Boyd is starting to creep in. Bigelow is still right there. Rundle is behind him, and then Vinny is now in the top 5. And we'll watch to see how much that gap starts to close. We're getting close to halfway in this thing. Don't know when these guys will start pitting. There goes Barletta. He finally got to the inside of Chison. Now we'll see how long it takes him to clear. I'm not in my disco. Oh, DeMoore. And we're going to have to go back and watch this. If DeMoore got loose in front of Barletta. Oh, yeah, 7 truck. Yawed out to the right pretty good. Barletta not trying to get into him, but he lost a lot of momentum. Let's go see. DeMoore is driving away from it. It looks like he just nosed it into the inside fence there coming out of 2. And this may put everybody on pit road, and it is. It looks like everybody's coming in. Close enough to the halfway point. They can make it the rest of the way on fuel. And Blevins has to go around the corner. Boyd rolling out. Blevins will get out first. Boyd looks like he's going to get out second. Bigelow, Arundel, and Vinny are still going to stay in order. Chison is still going to be 7th, and Abbott, Watson, Spalding will get out 10th. Forstner 11th, Callis, Mackey, Everett, Herman. That is through 15th. DeMoore, Scott, Barletta is on pit road a little bit longer than expected. I'm not in my Discord, Jeff. I'm at this series Discord, so I can't just add people in. DeMoore, and I didn't get a good look at the front. No, he did not get the front of that truck pulled out. So we'll see if that affects anything for maybe heating issues. But there comes Russell Harold. Russell Harold in 19th, the last truck on the lead lap. Mashburn, Chavez, and Gomez. And Gomez is off track again. But Chavez is there. He's going to take a wave around, and I think that's going to bring him somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 laps down. Alex Thompson has the lead at the moment. And I'm confused by his tactics. Those are old tires. I think we saw this at, let's say, Kansas. I think we saw this exact scenario. And we said something about it then that this is, well, dangerous. So let's just see what happens. Restarting on old tires is like starting on ice. Pace car's out of the way. We're going to get into the zone right here. Green flag. Yeah, he couldn't get up and get through the gears, and he's going to get punted for his efforts. It's going to cost the guys on the inside line several positions. Boyd is just looking for a place to go. Bigelow goes by. Vinny's going to go by. $16 is dragging an anchor back here. He's already outside the top 10. He's 12th. We've completed one lap. We're coming up on halfway the next time around. Not this time, but next time we will have this race split in two. Blevins, Bigelow, Boyd, and Vinny are side by side for third. Boyd is going to clear Vinny, and Bigelow had another one of those wide entry moments, and he lost a lot of ground to the guys behind him. Boyd trying to put as many cars between himself and Adam Vinny, and Vinny is sliding off in the grass. He's going to keep it going. He's going to lose a lot of spots, but he's going to blend back in, and that almost wasn't completely safe. He is still losing spots. DeMore went by Adam. Vinny fell all the way to 16th, 17th if Scott gets by him. Jonathan Scott in the 51 trying to work his way around the 64. And Vinny may be just trying to feel that thing out for a lap here to make sure that the tires didn't get all glazed up with grass and dirt and everything else. But Scott's going to give him the spot, so he'll settle in 16th. We're going back to the front. Blevins is clear by almost a second again. Boyd and Bigelow. And yeah, one of the trifectas is running in order right now. Reed Rundle right in there in fourth. Kevin Spaulding up to the fifth spot. Good job for the 25 truck. There's Brandon Mackey. He didn't do anything in that first half. And now here he is. He's up to sixth after starting at the rear of the field. Points leader in the series. Abbott. Watson is eighth. Chazon is ninth. And Koikalis having a good run tonight. He's in the top 10 in that two truck. Then it's Everett and Forstner behind that. Herman. Vinny's 14th now, and he is on a charge. I'm sure he is looking through a red visor on that helmet. The visor's probably clear, but the eyes may be a little red, because he might be seeing a little heat right now after that oopsie-daisy and having to go all the way to the back again after he'd worked his way past all these guys once. DeMore 15th, then Barletta way at the back after a lengthy pit stop. And I'm pretty sure I know that that driver, he had a lengthy pit stop for a reason. Scott, Harold, and Thompson. And Thompson is now 19th, still in the lead lap. He restarted P1 just a few laps ago. Hi, Mindy. Did he curse a lot when he drove through the grass a second ago? Battle for second. Boyd now working on Bigelow. And he was second when we caught the caution and everybody pitted. He'd already gotten by the 27 once. Yep, little wiggle there. That coming off the bottom, you've got to be so deliberate and smooth with that throttle. He's going to pull back alongside. This may be a lengthy process. And he may need to get behind and trail for 3 or 4 laps, cool that right rear down again. It looks like he's faster than Bigelow until he gets alongside. And then that pinched off exit line is just not his friend. Rundle is right there now. Kevin Spaulding is trying to get to these guys, but he's about to have company in the form of the points leader, the 99, of Brandon Mackey. You missed it? Good for you. Whee! I think Boyd's going to go after Bigelow again, but I wanted to see if Mackey was going to go after Spaulding. You know, Jacob Watson has broken through and gotten a couple of wins in the series. One earlier this season. And he is in the top 4 in points. Had to start at the rear of the field, and now he's worked his way up to 8th. Spalding still trapped outside. Abbott will go by, and I think the 31 of Watson will get by him as well, and that'll drop Spalding to about 8th place. Let's go back to the front and see what's going on with Rundle, Boyd, Bigelow and company. Adam Vinny now back in the top 10. He just made a pass on Coy Callis. Get himself back in the top 10. He is 6.5 seconds behind the leaders with 36 laps to go. He was battling for 3rd, and he lost the truck. Cut it through the grass on the front stretch. Didn't bring out a caution. Blended back in 15, 16, 17 spot. And now is starting to work his way back up there. But he is a long ways back. Bigelow is fending Boyd off and keeping him at bay, at least for the time being. Rundle looks like he is content to sit here, ride, maybe save some tires, and then try to clip these boys at the end. Brandon Mackey still in front of Abbott and Watson. Garrett Boyd is now alongside, and he may clear Bigelow into 3, and it looks like he will. Bigelow will slide into the open gap between the 21 and 43 trucks, and then Boyd just slides the right rear again coming out of turn number 4. And he almost let Bigelow get back alongside, and that would have started this battle all over again. Lap trucks in front of him. That's Frank Chavez right there. Blevins just got by him, and now Blevins is behind Jacob Mashburn in the 22. If I raced, well, I do race in the Sunday series of trucks, and Gobstoppers, Willy Wonka Gobstoppers is on my truck. Corey Blevins started on the pole. He has led all but 1 or 2 laps under caution, which Alex Thompson led. And he's about to lap Thompson. Thompson into 3 and 4, and Corey Blevins is right behind him. Yeah, if you go, you're on YouTube. If you go back and look at the Fitz's Automotive Sunday Truck Series, you have to go back a few. I didn't race the last 3, but if you go back before, you'll see that number 31 Gobstoppers Toyota Tundra. Here's your points, or your current leader in the race, the 24 of Corey Blevins, putting a lap on the 19th place truck of Alex Thompson. Garrett Boyd got clear of Brock Bigelow, and he opened up a gap. He's about 4, almost a half a second, 4/10 to a half a second ahead now. And Reed Rundle is looking like he may be putting some pressure on that 27. Adam Vinny has closed that gap. It was 6.5 seconds a few laps ago, and it is down to about 5 seconds now with the leader. So he's in the top 10. He's starting to close in on Kevin Spalding, and he might be making a pass right here. Got to the inside, and he lost the right rear again. That truck slid on him. So he is going to have to remount that battle. It may not be too much of a battle. I think Kevin Spaulding is just going to give the spot away again, fall in behind, and start following the 64. The gap is back out to 5.5 seconds, though. It was down to 5. Up front, it's 1 second and closing. Boyd got by Bigelow, and he's starting to reel in the leader. And now the third and fourth place trucks of Bigelow and Arundel are dealing with a lap truck of Alex Thompson. Bigelow got clear and got a good entry line into 1 and 2. Arundel had to do the shallow entry, but he rolls the center nicely, clears the 16, and now he can go back in the hunt and get after that 27 truck. And here comes Watson with a move on his teammate. A little crossover action. And Mackey loses a spot. Watson now into the top 5. Tyler Chazon still in the 7th spot. Then it's Abbott and Vinny right behind that in 9th. Kevin Spaulding a ways back, and Spaulding a little over 6 seconds behind the leader. We're going to be inside 20 to go here pretty quickly. Yeah, Jay, I have a Armor All truck that I love dearly. I have a just the orange hand cleaner truck. I have one of those as well that I like, and my Whataburger truck. I kind of go, a season by a season, but that Gobstoppers truck has been with me for probably 15 years. And every time there's an update, I just get it redone. So I've been running that one for a very, very long time. Garrett Boyd still chipping away. Not quite as fast as he once was, but he is still chipping away. And now Reed Rundle is making a move on Brock Bigelow. Got to the inside in 1 and 2. It'll be 20 to go this time. Oh, Rundle, this is going to bring us a caution. Nobody wanted to see this, especially that guy right there. Absolutely did not want to see a caution. He wanted to make that pass and start setting his sights on the 21, and he just a little bit early, a little heavy, getting off the corner with the throttle. And driver 43, the Lumberdude Jackwagon. I don't know how hard he hit that outside wall, but it looks like that front end is caved in pretty good. He may have knocked a toe out on the right front. So this will change some things. It'll bring some guys closer again. It's going to really help the 64 truck. He is going to be able to close that big 5.5 second gap down pretty tight, I would imagine. Let's go and try to watch his pit stop if we can. I don't know if we'll be able to or not, but he should roll away first. He did not roll away first. Mackey did. Here comes Boyd coming out. Watson, I don't know what kind of trickery he did, but he's going to move all the way to 3rd. And Bigelow is going to go back to 2nd. Blevins, Bigelow, Watson, Boyd, Mackey. Then Chazon, Vinny, 7th. Spaulding, Callis, and Abbott. Everett. Is Everett passing? Yeah, looks like Michael Everett is going to be top 10 for this restart. Mike Forstner. I'm going to go with a penalty. Possibly for the 32 truck. Because he is falling back. So probably a speeding penalty on exit is what I would guess if I was going to make a call. It has been 24 truck all night long. Started on the pole. He has led all but 2 laps here, maybe 3. under caution. He gave up the lead to the 16 truck. Got it back as soon as the green flag dropped again and set sail one more time, only to have everything erased with another caution. So we're going to be at around 16 laps to go. We get this green flag. Short sprint to the end. Everybody up front on fresh tires. Everybody's got enough fuel. All it's about now is who can keep it underneath them and run 16 qualifying laps, basically. 24 truck with another fantastic start. I want to watch these guys second, third, and fourth. The teammates, the 27 and 31. '27 with a big wiggle out of 2, and it's going to keep the 31 alongside. 21 of Boyd knows that he can be quicker, and it's going to be him battling 3 of the TCW trucks. And he is going to open up a little space right there up the front stretch. Bigelow slides to second. Now it's a battle for third. And Mackey and Vinny are going to be side by side for 5th and 6th. Boyd looks like he might clear the 31 on the high side. He will. Now he'll set sail after Bigelow once again. Wants to dispatch the 27 as soon as possible so he can get after that 24. A little wiggle out of 2. That's going to open the door to the inside, and Watson is going to attack him once more. Vinny got clear of Mackey. Boyd gets clear of Watson again. Now he's going to look at Bigelow. Meanwhile, Blevins is out to a second lead again. Boyd looks to the inside. The exit of turn 4 hasn't been his friend all night long. Looked like he got off pretty smooth there. Now he's back to the inside. Vinny's to the inside of Watson. This exit line right here has not been a friend of the 21 truck. That time a lot better than it has been when he's been under pressure. Boyd clears Bigelow. Whoa, I thought there was contact. I don't think that's what it was. I think Boyd just got a little wiggle coming out of the corner. Watson drove it in deep into 3, and he got back past Adam Vinny. Vinny was door to door with him. And Jacob Watson fending off the 64. 99 of Mackey has fallen back. He gave up a spot to Chazon. I think that was a bad exit of a corner, and he gave up another spot because he was right behind Adam Vinny just a couple of laps ago. We're inside 10 to go, and Corey Blevins gone. 1.3 seconds over Garrett Boyd. I think Watson nicked the fence getting out of 2. And now Adam Vinny's going to get back after him. He's going to try to dive to the inside down here in 1 and 2, and he's going to get there. He drove it in deep, moves him up the hill just a little bit. Watson, enough exit speed to stay door to door with Vinny. Good exit speed for the 31. The 64 kept it straight up underneath him. They'll stay side by side. Watson again on the high side with a good run off of 2. Six to go. Look like Watson slipped a little getting into 1. That may be enough for Vinny to get by. It's not quite because Vinny had to tiptoe on the exit. Great battle for the 4th spot right here. Wave lap that time. 5 to go. Blevins 1.4 seconds ahead of Boyd. And Watson is not giving up on this. He is going to stay side by side with Adam Vinny. What a fantastic race inside the top 5, and that time Watson drove it in very deep. He'll clear Adam Vinny this time with 4 to go. This battle far from over. Vinny's going to keep poking his nose to the inside and getting Watson on the outside of turn 2. Three to go for the leaders. Side by side behind 6th and 7th, and Mackey makes another mistake on exit. It's going to be 2 to go. Popsicle sticks when we come around this time, and I don't think this battle for the 4th spot is quite over yet. And Watson now able to clear by about a half a truck. This time doesn't go to the outside in 1 and 2, stays down low. White flag this next time by Corey Blevins by 1.6 seconds. Sees the white flag first. Garrett Boyd still second. Brock Bigelow still third. But it has been a 24 truck kind of night. Pole led almost every single lap. He's going to victory lane out of turn 4. Blevins wins it at Richmond. Boyd will be second. Bigelow third. Watson hangs on for 4th. Adam Vinny rounding out the top 5 with a big drive from the back. Chazon 6th, Mackey 7th, Callis, Abbott, Forstner through the top 10, then Rundle 11th, Barletta 12th, Spalding, Everett, DeMoore, Scott, Harold is 17th, Thompson 18th, Herman 19th, Mashburn 20th, Chavez 21st, and Gomez rounding out the field. All right, where are we going to get a view from? Well, we're not going to get one from there. We might be able to do this right here. I like that angle. Let's start grabbing drivers. This ought to be interesting. I like it when the guys come to the interview room all on their own. I don't know where Corey Blevins. There he is. Oh, I don't want to put him in a room with other people. Okay, here we go. Now we can move him around. We'll get him in the room. All right, let's start with our 3rd place driver. 27 truck of Brock Bigelow in 3rd tonight. Brock, you got a copy?
Sure do, bud.
All right, man. You fought hard to try to keep that 2nd place spot. And you had to do it multiple times against the 21. You guys were almost glued together, it looked like.
Yeah, for a few laps there, and that was definitely some good racing.
Looked like everybody was able to kind of use the inside at points, the outside, not the very outside, but kind of the middle, and fend drivers off. But on that restart with all fresh tires, it was hard to tell who had an advantage. You seemed like you felt pretty comfortable up there on the outside.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the biggest key was getting a straight exit, especially off of 2. You know how it wraps around to the back straightaway. The wall sneaks up on you quick. So being able to hold the wheel straight and load the tires back up, getting back up to throttle, that was the key. That's really how I felt I was able to hold anybody off on the outside. Just keep it wound up and not necessarily hold somebody to the bottom, but not give them the exit that they want. That's how you defend up there. At least it worked for me. But yeah, I mean, this track's fun. There's lots of ways to make passes, lots of room to run, and good lines, and yeah, this is a good old track.
Well, had you held on to 2nd, and I'm going to put this on you, and I know, Ricky Bobby, don't you put that on me. I get it. But had you held on to 2nd, you would have given Shinelli the first ever trifecta pick from Midwest and won some big prizes.
No.
But when Boyd got by you, it flopped the 2nd and 3rd place picks.
Oh man.
How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about it? I'm gonna hear about it. She only lives about 5 miles from me, so. Oh my goodness.
She had the
Oh, I'm
24, the
sorry.
27, and the 21 in the trifecta, and Brock Bigelow. You know, that's just like an engineer to mess things up
Yeah.
for everyone else.
That's true. But what are you gonna do? I mean, Chanel, if you're still listening, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Oh,
Well,
man.
I'll let you deal with that fallout over the holidays. How about that?
That'll be fine.
All right, man. Well, give me some shout outs, some thank yous before I let you get out of here tonight.
Alrighty. Yeah, first off, TCW Construction, DNF Racing, My UP Home, TCH Gear, Dan Bundy Logging, Nye Welding Equipment, everybody on behalf of the Midwest Sim Sports admin in this league, man. I mean, this has been an awesome season. I mean, I'd have to go back and look for sure, but I think Corey might be our first repeat winner. I mean, it's wild how many fast guys we got in here now, and how well everybody races together. And week in, week out, we put on good racing for everybody to watch. Thank you guys at your network there, Roger, and you for putting this on every week.
Okay.
And
I'm sorry. I'm watching the chat. She's only 3 miles away. Watch out. I'm thinking you might get a surprise package on your front porch.
in the flavor of Happy Gilmore or Billy Madison, or
You know what? Pick one. I don't think any of those are safe.
I'm guessing not. And to everybody watching, hope everybody has a Merry Christmas and safe travels on their holiday. And yeah, we'll be back at it again in a couple weeks.
All right, man. Congrats on the run, and watch out. That's just what it says. Exclamation points, all of it.
Yep.
All right,
one,
Brock.
Roger.
Thank you, buddy. Brock Bigelow finishing in third, and had he finished second, would have been the first ever time that the trifecta was picked. But this guy right here, Garrett Boyd, spoils that, passes him, takes second place. A great finish. But I'm going to start it off before I ask you any questions about the race. We had a person pick the trifecta, the 24, the 27, the 21 tonight, and you blew it up for him, man. Are you sorry?
No.
Brock was at least a little sorry he let you get by, knowing that the person that was blown up only lives 3 miles from him. So let's get to the race, man. You fought hard a lot of times to pass the 27 truck. I think you had to pass him 3 or 4 times, and every time it seemed like it took 10 laps.
Yeah, it's Richmond for you. I mean, you've got to kind of pick your battles. I mean, in both senses, if you're defending or attacking. So there was a couple times I was like, oh, come on, Brock, just let me go and just fall in line, and we'll run Corey down. It'll be okay. But I mean, we're racing, so I mean, you can't expect everybody to lay over for you.
No, but I want to ask you, because it seemed like a bunch of times you might have had him cleared, but the exit of turn 4 was not necessarily your friend all night long.
No, it wasn't. It was off the bottom, coming into that second lane. I think where the banking kind of changes, it gets the super loose off 4. So even if the spotter said clear, I knew there was a possibility that it would jump out sideways and I'd break momentum and go spinning through the grass. So try to watch my back a little bit when I'm out here sometimes.
Yeah, it looked like there was a restart with a truck on super old tires, and you really got bottled up behind them. Any worries about, he's not going to get going, I might get run over from behind? We've seen that scenario play out multiple times in this series.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting something to happen with him being there, and I think it was Reed that was behind me, so I wasn't too worried about getting ran over. But so the old man's vision getting a little hazy now and again. So
that's my favorite thing.
You got to be careful getting when somebody's especially on super old tires. I didn't think he pitted. I don't have any of that information, so I knew if he pitted it would be interesting, but it was a lot more interesting with him not pitting, for sure.
Well, an awesome run of second place finish. It's been a hot minute since the 21's been on the podium.
Yeah, it's can't grab the old rear end with both hands, as you say.
Hey, no kidding, man. It's been a struggle. A lot of rise in talent in this series since last season.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I'm not the best qualifier, so I normally qualify around mid-pack, and these guys every week everybody's improving. So it's great to see everybody's picking up here a little bit here and there. Everybody's getting a little bit closer to each other. Everybody's pushing it, just that little bit more to try to learn, and it's definitely fun. Um, Learning with them. I'm not acting like I know it all by any means, but it's fun to watch this group kind of grow and evolve.
All right, man. Give me some shouts and some thank yous before I let you get out of here tonight.
First, big shout outs to Michael and the guys for putting this league on, and then Roger, you for broadcasting the deal, and then Netcode Esports. Hopefully, we see them again here in the with the new year. I haven't heard anything, but we'll see. Quality One Lube and Repair, my girlfriend for dealing with my nonsense, and then that's it.
All right, man. Congrats on the run. You'll be hearing from me tomorrow. Go have some fun. Go kill some people or something in Battlefield.
We'll try.
All right, brother. Talk to you tomorrow. Garrett Boyd finishing in second tonight. And now we'll move on. I'll tell you what. Jennifer won. Chanel, you won also. I need you guys to contact me via the Dirt Racing Network page on Facebook, and we'll get all the information over to the proper people to get your prize. I will need an address and how you want it with the name and everything on whatever package it is. And then they'll send us a code. We'll pass it on to you, and you can go pick out your prize. But make sure you do it through the Dirt Racing Network. Send us your information if you won tonight. Corey Blevins, victory circle,
sir.
and you absolutely dominated this race. You were out by over a second multiple times tonight.
Yep, Richmond is one of my tracks. It's one I've always just knew how to run, and it didn't hurt being the leader on multiple restarts there and getting the jump as well. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You had to do it multiple times, like you said, on the starts and restarts, and it looked like you were perfect on every one of them. But I got to go back. Restart. You'll come out of the pits. Someone stays out in front of you. You know you're going to start beside them. Every time I do that, I get scared to death that when they stop on the gas, that thing's coming right into my lap.
Yeah, you just gotta hope it don't.
Well, you had to deal with it, so were you a little nervous?
A little bit, yeah, for sure. Definitely a little bit nervous, but I knew that he was on older tires, so I kind of figured he was probably not gonna go. So I was just hoping that I would get enough of a gap once we hit turn one there. So I was able to still get just as good of a gap as I got the previous restarts, thankfully, after that.
Well, you qualify number one. I think you led every lap except for 3 tonight. That's a dominating performance. What are you going to do with 2 weeks off to not lose an edge or be able to come back and maybe make that run you made last season and run 3-4 in a row?
I could go 3 weeks without running a race and probably jump right back into it. I've been on iRacing for 11 years now, so it's kind of second nature. It's almost like riding a bike, You get on here and it's I rarely run any other races typically. Maybe why that can stay so focused on these races is I don't run a whole lot other than this league and maybe a couple other races a week at the most. So I think that might, just help me focus. It's easier to focus on one race versus, multiple, I feel like.
Well, you got it done tonight for sure here at Richmond. Give me some shout-outs and thank yous before I let you go celebrate.
Yeah, I appreciate you as always on the broadcast. Definitely appreciate you broadcasting the races each week. And Keys Architects and Associates got a different design on there. Finally got it Victory Lane. I had not won this season, which is hard to believe. And I know Adam normally won once. So we're getting a lot of different winners this season, something I'm really happy to see. The league's growing and everything. So, but yeah, other than that, I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on the win. I will see you in a couple of weeks.
All right, sounds good. Appreciate it, Roger.
Corey Blevins picking up the win here tonight. I am looking to see. I believe that Brock Bigelow was the Dash for Cash winner tonight. Hard Charger looks like it goes to Adam Vinny. 16 places improved from his qualifying effort. So, a lot of fun here tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this because I definitely enjoyed it. Richmond is one of those places, I said at the beginning of the night, it races a little weird because it wants to race like a speedway, but it acts like a short track. And we saw a lot of the short track bump and grind. We saw a lot of the, trucks getting away from guys. But we saw some great side-by-side racing, especially in that top 5 coming down to the end of this thing. But nobody had anything for the driver in the 24. So it's good to see Corey get back to victory lane again. I know Garrett and Brock and Jacob and Adam and all those guys want to get back to victory lane too, but only one can win. So real quickly, I want to do this. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Right there. Go right there. If you don't send me the message, go right there to that URL. I will send them over the 2 winners' names, and they will send you all the information on how to pick your prize and how to get your prize. So you can do it through me at the network, or you can do it through that link. One way or another, we'll get you all fixed up. Jennifer and Chanelli getting things won here. Wow, we hadn't had a winner in a minute, and then we get 2. That's crazy. All right, and we almost had a trifecta. That would have been phenomenal right before the holidays. That would have been awesome. So, bad luck. Sorry about that. But I gave both drivers a chance to apologize. One was very apologetic, and the other one was not so much. But he wanted to have a good finish, and I understand all that. So, hope you can forgive them both, Chanel, a little bit, at least. I want to thank you guys for being here. Without you, there's no reason to do this. And without all the great leagues giving us awesome racing like we see on a regular basis on this network, there's nothing to cover. So a high five and a pat on the back to everybody. Please, please be safe over the holidays. Merry Christmas to everybody. And Happy New Year if we don't see you before then. One more show between now and then anyway. So if we see you, great. Make sure you say hi in the chat. If we don't, we'll see you right after the first of the year. But be sure that you're safe the whole time. Come back and visit with us again. Until you do, peace and love to everybody.